My name is Colin. I'm 13 and I go to Our Lady of Mount Carmel and I'm in 7th grade. This is my dog. Her name is Madge and she's my in-home service dog. I have a couple disabilities and some of them are, I have a seizure disorder, I have cerebral palsy, and I have ADHD.
And we are the parents of Colin, who received Madge in June from ICAN. Colin is our third of 4 boys.
I guess I kind of noticed that most times baby fist, and we noticed after about 6 months that only one of his hands was opening up and being used.
They don't know what happened, but they call it a delay in the myelination. It's on his right side of his brain, so gives him partial paralysis on his left side. And they said it was cerebral palsy. They can't tell us for sure if he'll have to have any more surgeries. He had one on his hand and his arm to kind of give him more flexibility and movement. And then he also had it on his left leg. So if you met him, he doesn't use his disability as an excuse. He kind of makes his own adaptations, but sometimes he does get frustrated.
Some effects are like that. I knew I had to work harder. I knew I had to like just block out everyone who like says mean things and just keep going on with my life.
So we have a carpool. Normally I have a car full of kids, but thankfully I had dropped off everybody. And it was just Colin in the front seat and Quinn was behind. He was chit-chatting. Of course, he wanted a snack and everything was fine. And all of a sudden he like wasn't answering me. And I look over at him and he was seizing. And I pulled over as fast as I could. Quinn was behind me in the car. And I remember he just kept yelling like, "What's Colin doing? Why isn't Colin talking?" But we called 911, got Colin in the ambulance, and they kept asking him questions, like about his day and did he know where he was. And he couldn't answer any of them. He had to go through more tests, and through the tests, we were able to see there was a problem in his brain where it was misfiring. Everyone was sad. And it broke my heart, not only because Colin had a new diagnosis, but his brothers were almost a little afraid to be with him because they didn't want to witness it. When he had his first seizure, we didn't leave him alone. I mean, he was either with Ryan or he was with myself. We didn't have any date nights. We didn't really have any time alone because either Colin or Quinn was sleeping in our room on the floor.
I wasn't really afraid of having seizures, but my little brother Quinn was. He was just scared I was gonna have another seizure and he didn't know what to do. Like before I got Madge, he had to sleep in my mom's room like every night until like the day I brought her home.
When we had the interview, so our family and Colin interviewed with Madge. Our handler was Vanessa, and they clicked right away too. So, you know, here's this awesome connection with this dog already that he's only seen twice in his life, and then with his handler, Vanessa.
Vanessa was Madge's handler. She was like, she was super nice, super welcoming. She taught like really fast and really well. Like gave a lot of detail, and I think she helped along the way a lot. I think it's taught her like you should actually like do good in life and not just throw away your life and act like it doesn't matter.
So if Colin has a seizure and she sees him on the ground and shaking, she knows to go and to put her head on his chest. And if Colin's in a room, she's in the room with him. At night, Colin will say it's time to go to bed.
He says jump and she gets up in there and snuggles up.
Well, most of the time she takes up the whole bed and like, I'll be stuck against the wall or stuck almost falling off the bed. And she'll either be by my feet or like lay next to me like that.
he'll say that he himself sleeps so much better having her there.
Some way she makes me feel safe is like at night I'm not afraid I'm gonna wake up and have a seizure. And if I do have a seizure, she'll be next to me.
Quinn's back in his room, and Colin's back in his room, and we are back to having our own room.
If there was 2 words to describe my dog, it would be like family and friend. She's a friend to all of us, and like a friend like does fun things with each other. Friends do fun things with each other, and they always have fun, and that's what she does.
We will forever be grateful for ICAN.
For Vanessa and everybody, all the people from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
The men's president to the furloughs to the breeders, the sponsors, all of it. It's amazing what everyone does. I mean, it was amazing to see him. I mean, the night of the graduation, like all the people that were coming up to him, and he was just like perusing the room like he was
the mayor.
He was like the mayor, like the MC of the show, and it was I've never seen him like that before. You could just see, you know, he was beaming, and you could see he was just so excited to have Madge. And you know, I was just watching Vanessa and him when they were going to meet on the stage, and you could just see the connection with those two. And you know, I'm not and Claudine can attest to this, and Colin even said afterward, he's like, "Dad, are you crying?" Very few times in my life have I shown tears, but just all the stuff he's been through, it was just so great to see him get something that he wanted, and you know, succeed in something, and you know, be that
The star.